On today's Band of the Apes, it's starting to rain.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape! Fine bum. The only good human is a dead human! There is fire, there is smoke.
The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes. The minute of the apes.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast. We break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd. We got Sean over there. Richard, are you ready for the rain too?
Sure. My hair's already got the humidity curls going on, so we're good. We're good. I actually went and looked up, this is totally random, in between our downtime this morning, I went and looked up images of Meg Ryan because I feel like I have a really good Meg Ryan bob going on right now.
Oh, I was about to say, you need to get some lip work done if you want to look like Meg Ryan.
My nose narrowed maybe just a little bit. I don't know. Sorry, that was just right. But I kept looking at my hair going, man, it's got the weight to it now, but it's got the length and the weight to kind of almost make a bob, but it's got the curls to kind of bring it up tall and high. Sorry. And I had to go, I'm like, which celebrity do I look like right now? And I had to is this that kind of weird, messy Meg Ryan kinky hair that she's got sometimes?
May I call you Meg from this moment forward?
Yeah, Meg. Yes. So sorry. Let's talk about some apes.
Oh, yeah.
It was just my little breakdown.
That's your quaff.
If you start acting like her, and like Sean said, if you go for the facial augmentation, that's when I will have to leave.
That
an
was
intervention
so
for you.
sad because she was such a just such a recognizable face.
Well,
Yeah,
and
and
there's
that
so much
hurts so
pressure
much.
for
It's
them.
like, oh.
There's so much pressure for them to be eternally youthful, and I am so tired of that. I would, being 54 myself, I would rather see people that are aging naturally, and just I wish that Hollywood would embrace that more and more. And maybe they will. Maybe we'll get away from that. But yeah, it broke my heart too when I saw that she had done that. But her choice, not mine, right?
Right?
Yep, it's her face. Whatever makes her happy. As long as it's not hurting somebody else.
All right, well, let's look at somebody else's face. Let's look at the face of escaping apes. Sean, tell us what's going on with minute 39.
All right, we're going to start minute 39 with Caesar hosing some mutants down and ends with flash and bang.
All right, let's take a listen. Minute 39, battle for the Planet of the Apes.
As in minute 39, we have a village of apes and humans plus a ghost city's worth of radioactive people.
You went a little bit early there, but I think everybody could hear you just fine. Okay, this minute, I at least think it's the most interesting minute from a construction standpoint. A lot of things we've talked about are utilized, from shadows in the distance, people creeping in, shots where we see people looking and getting it. But let's start with what is easily the most problematic portion of it all, which is Cornelius is shooting with a water hose. McDonald opens a trap door that I don't understand why it's there.
Yeah.
But they get out. They get out like that.
Isn't that just where they came from? Like they were on a upper level. They went downstairs. They hid in the shadows, and then they went straight back to that upper level that they came down the stairs from.
So they get up. Here's the first thing that bothers me is if you've used that garden hose to keep your attackers at bay, why doesn't Cornelius, why don't we have a moment of him laying it within
Lay down so it keeps hitting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some pipes that stays here so it flops around and it does like this. You could have done something like that so easily, but instead they just all climb up there, and they obviously can see them on that catwalk above them.
Because they start shooting at them.
Yes, and I don't get it. I don't get the thinking, and they're getting away and they're not chasing, but fine. We're out of the water hose moment, and at least now, as they run away and they're looking, and there are stairs everywhere. They run past a set of stairs behind them to their side. They go up a set of stairs, and there's a shadow from somebody, from a guard that's coming down looking for them.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least when they go and hide the shadows, it wasn't going to be guards just walking by them and being oblivious to them.
Right. So then they cower. We get that they hide behind something, and I like that. I like them hiding. We get McDonald look over at Cornelius. Cornelius looking back at McDonald as we see somebody come down the stairs. Now, to me, there is a confusing cut here, because we see the guy coming down the stairs, but then they cut underneath the stairs. And the one vantage point, okay, if the guy's on the stairs and he can't see McDonald, the guy underneath the stairs should definitely not
be able to see him either, yeah.
And he can see a bit of McDonald's shoulder, and it kind of startles him, and he gets back. Even though that it doesn't make sense, I like that. He's seeing it. He's reacting. Okay, have I forgotten that they got some kind of grenades?
I don't remember them getting grenades when they went to go see me.
I don't remember that a part of it.
No.
Because suddenly they're playing hot potato with a yellow grenade. They're tossing it across to each other.
I mean, if McDonald hadn't gotten a spare one, it would have been funny if he tossed it to Rod or to Cornelius, and he goes, "I don't know how to use this," and tosses it back to McDonald. McDonald goes, "I've never thrown one either."
Right.
Well, Cornelius seems to toss his and nothing happens. The McDonald's tosses his, McDonald's explodes, and then the one that Cornelius said, I guess delayed, finally explodes as well. You really broke down the movement,
the problem with it,
probably more than I really had cared to.
Yeah.
The only thing that I was confused by, again, it's in the first couple of seconds, with the fact that Cornelius is water hosing right to left. And then when we have to go above, suddenly we reversed and we're seeing Cornelius shoot from left to right. And then we pop down to his vantage point again and he's shooting right to left. Like, it just threw me in terms of where they were. And, honestly, kind of that upward angle of looking down on them in this small little contained area reminded me of when they would do these kind of shots in the Batman 1960s, the Batman television show,
right,
when they would actually have that kind of weird, like, we're at a small stared area with villains. We can't really do much, so we're just going to shoot up above to make it look more dynamic than it is.
Yeah, but at the same time, I dig that they're trying those kind of things, but in I find it more interesting than what it was before. But I'm totally on board with you too. I mean, okay, as I say that, at least this does feel like somebody said, okay, if these guys are coming here, you're hiding here, do this. I get the hot potato with the grenade, but at the same time, it's a big fucking yellow grenade. So when you toss it, they can see you got it. And I'm sorry, if I saw that, it'd be like, they got a grenade, see ya. I'm not going to just hang out.
It's apes. They're just thinking they're tossing bananas back and forth.
Is that what it is? It was a banana?
Yeah.
Toss bananas. That's what
Nanner time.
I don't have a lot for this minute. I mean, I really feel bad. Like,
either.
there's not really much going on here. They hop out at a kind of a McDonald fight. They walk down, get themselves trapped in an area in the previous minute, which I thought was supposed to be a hiding place, but they're quickly discovered. They fire hose and get up the escape hatch back to where they were. And then there's more people showing up.
And also, if I go back to the shot right around 30 seconds where, we finally get that shadowy figure on the wall, I don't get where that's coming from. I don't get the guard and how that light's casting there. And I also don't get them when where do they cower from this?
Yeah, I mean, if they're being chased, you would think that the guards would always be, quote unquote, behind them. And so how are these guards getting in front of them, blocking them, stuff like that?
And I can see as I slowly frame by frame this, I was gonna kind of bitch, but what they did is right. It's just the camera moves so bad that when they're going up the stairs, really what we see, because the camera pops up real quick, we already see the shadow on the wall. And what I thought was, why don't we see that shadow walk? So it's like in a coming danger. And when you scrape across it, you can see that person does step to it. I wish that they had fixed that a little bit more, so it would feel like an impending threat instead of just a looming threat. But
yeah.
So then we basically toss grenades. And are there 2 grenades? Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
McDonald's
there are 2, and there's 2
Caesar
explosions. Yeah, Cornelius has one. He tosses his. It doesn't react to anything. McDonald has one. McDonald tosses his. His explodes, and then Cornelius has like a delayed explosion.
Well, I think Cornelius throws his to the guy on the stairs, and McDonald throws his to the guy under the stairs, and so Cornelius goes off first.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. There's just a small delay. I looked like the opposite, because McDonald's throws his, and that's the one that explodes. Or that's the first explosion. Yeah, that's fine.
I want to be fair to Virgil. There are actually 3 grenades. If you watch the action, Virgil's getting them. Apparently, has some pouch that has these in them. He hands it to McDonald.
Bag of holding.
Yes, McDonald then tosses that one to Cornelius. When we cut back, there is a shot at 54 seconds where Virgil is holding one and McDonald's holding one.
Not Cornelius, Caesar.
I'm sorry.
He said he tossed it to Cornelius.
To Caesar. But there are 3 grenades, and we only see the throwing of 2.
Are we hitting a Zoom?
We are.
Deadline?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Okay.
We've got about 2.5 minutes. I thought that because this minute really doesn't have a ton, that I would just go ahead and push us and then force us out. So within the next 2 minutes, we got to kill it. But then we toss our grenades, and such a shitty toss of the grenades that maybe they're just smoke bombs. Because they don't explode anything. They just
flashbang.
Maybe. But
I don't think they're grenades.
Neither one of the humans really react to that. We get a cool shot in the very last second where the fire of a muzzle cuts through the
smoke is covering them, so maybe they can just run past them and push them out of the way.
Maybe. I always feel so bad when we have to break down these kind of minutes like this, but it's a weird chase sequence again where there's not a narrative to it. It is simply a run and evade, and the evading is very weak. So
poorly constructed, yes.
Poorly constructed. All right, because the Zoom gods are basically telling us we have less than a minute, I'm going to say that's it. Everyone have a great day. We'll come back tomorrow and wrap this up.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
The minute of the age.